Hi everyone, my name is Bianca. I go by the name of Honeybee, and I usually come here to speak about spirituality, individuality, the shifts that we're feeling, and so many other things. This video, I definitely want to talk about stop listening to one sided conversations or one sided situations. I recently was in an encounter with a friend, and I was very deeply disappointed by how things were handled, simply because people only decided to listen to the one side of the version of the story. So the one side of the version of the story had more glory, it had more emphasis, and a lot of people, instead of really facilitating the problem, they loved the negativity within the problem. They found it a joy to hear the negative aspects of who I am, what the person said, blah 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 blah. And you know what? I took no interest in it. I took no interest in it because I already realized that if people are so quick to just jump on one-sided conversations and one-sided argumentations, then they clearly don't want to hear your side of the story. They are happy with the negativity and the gossip and the allegations that are said about you behind your back. And what came about with the situation was the fact that over time, the person exposed themselves. Over time, the person couldn't stop speaking about me. Over time, the person just couldn't stop breathing about me. And this really resonates with the fact that sometimes you'll be listening to somebody who is actually giving you false information about someone else. You might even lose an opportunity to get to know somebody who's actually great simply because of the negativity you heard from just one-sided conversations. I think as human beings, it's time that we learn to digest different aspects or different informations and verify and check before before we speculate. It's so important to use all your senses and all your knowledge before you come to a conclusion of hating someone, because you could be hating an entity, you could be hating a community, you could be hating an individual who was not even the problem. And it's very easy to speak ill about people. Like, it's so easy to speak so much negativity. It's so quick. People are very quick to speak about negative things, about negative people, places, and things. And it's easy to say what this person did and throw what you actually did on that person so that you look like the victim. I think it's time we really start growing up and really asking people, even those that we love, like, are you sure? Is this really what happened? And start checking for ourselves, if this is what really happened, instead of just holding on to a narrative that one person said. And now, before that, you're not applying for those jobs that you wanted to apply simply because one uncle, one auntie, one friend mentioned something negative about a place, a space, or a place to talk to or to be with. I think it's so naive and so limited in mindset to sit with one opinion and use that one opinion as a factual check for everything in your life. Whether you like somebody, you sit with somebody who's negative and they tell you something negative about a person, and then you end up not going for what you want because of what you heard that was negative. I think let's just be real now. It's time to stop listening to one-sided stories. Listen to all aspects of the story and listen and stretch yourself. Stretch yourself, even if it's your loved one. Stretch yourself to understanding the bigger picture and why certain people act a certain way. You cannot cancel people because they acted a certain way. You don't know what the person also did. It was an encounter between two people, not 25 people. And to hear it from one person is quite one-sided. It was a conversation, not a monologue. You understand what I'm saying? So learn to understand, learn to research knowledge for yourself. Learn to come to conclusions for yourself. Stop allowing people to recruit you to hate other people simply because they hate that person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop being so easily influenced in disliking things that you have no reason or relevancy to dislike. Just because the whole crew is disliking this drink, now we must all dislike it. No, that's not how life works. And we just need to realize that one-sided conversations are very detrimental to people's reputation, to people's status, to companies. You know, you could lose out on such great opportunities just because you listen to one-sided conversations. Like, be a bit more wiser this season, be a bit more discerning that not everything you hear that comes out of someone's mouth, even my own, is the only factual information. Sometimes you gotta adjust and digest your own and feel within your soul what is right and what is wrong. Because we all have 6, 7 senses if we really allow ourselves to use them. Some of us just only use one. Hun. And so in this season, I definitely urge you to stop listening to one-sided conversations. Stop gathering in groups like hyenas and going against one person. 5 members, 8 members, 18 people going against one person simply because one person in that group dislikes what she or he has said. Stop allowing people to recruit you on their hate campaigns, their smear campaigns. Stop it now. Like, if you don't have that real friend and that real sister, I'm telling you now, stop it. Grow up and realize that everyone has an opinion for everything, including me. But that doesn't mean that my opinion must be your factual information, honey. That doesn't mean that you need to take everything with what I say as if it's from the law, from the first commandment, and apply it throughout your whole life. Learn to digest and thrive. Learn to digest information, even if it's uncomfortable. Stop basing your information based on the emotions that you have of something or someone. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.